This video is for section 14.1 about properties of gases. The learning goal is to know three factors that affect gas pressure. Kinetic theory states that gas particles are always moving. They will collide with objects, exerting a force called gas pressure. This pressure can be affected by changes to three properties of the gas: the amount of particles, the volume of space that those particles have to move in, and the temperature of the gas particles. Please think about the following situation. A gas in a sealed container exerts pressure against the sides of the container. If more gas is put into the container so that the number of particles doubles, but the volume and temperature of the system remain the same, then what do you think will happen to the pressure? Tell your table partner what you think will happen to the pressure if the number of particles in the container doubles. The answer is that the pressure doubles. If there are twice as many particles in a container, all moving about, then twice as many particles will strike the sides of the container, exerting pressure. There will be twice as much gas pressure. Now think about this situation. A gas in a sealed container exerts pressure against the sides of the container. If the volume of the container is tripled, but the amount of gas and the temperature remain the same, then what do you think will happen to the pressure? Tell your table partner what you think will happen to the gas pressure if the size of the container is tripled. The answer is that the gas pressure will be 1/3 as much as the original pressure. The reason is that there's a lot more space for the gas particles to move around in. Because there's so much more space, those particles will strike the container less often, resulting in less gas pressure. Next, please consider this situation. A gas in a sealed container exerts pressure against the sides of the container. If the temperature is quadrupled, which means times by 4, but the amount of gas and the volume of the container remain the same, then what do you think will happen to the pressure? Please tell your table partner what you think will happen to the gas pressure in the container if the temperature is multiplied by 4. And the answer is that the gas pressure is quadrupled as well. The reason is that when the temperature of the particles is increased 4 times, those particles have a lot more kinetic energy. With that greater kinetic energy, they will strike the surface of the container more often, exerting more pressure. Here are some check for understanding questions. I'll pause the video for you and your partner to work on these, and then we'll discuss the answers. This concludes the first lesson from chapter 14, which is all about properties of gases. The property that we explored in this section was gas pressure and how that pressure is impacted by changing the size of the container, the amount of gas particles, or the temperature of those particles.